This is the subject of today's video. Hello everyone and welcome to how to solve a square 2. Now a square 2 I like to think of as the essentially 4x4 version of the square 1, even though it's not technically true because there's certainly no center building and certainly no edge pairing and the likes, but there is corner pairing, which I'd argue is just as finicky and difficult, especially when working with something where the color scheme can change in a sense or appear like it's changed through the flipped equator. And so we're just gonna I'm gonna scramble this up and I'm gonna show you exactly how I solve it, which is honestly a very slow method. If I was a bit more experienced with the square 2 or even the square 1 or even just anything really, I'd be able to just know how all the pieces pair up. But for now, I'm going to show you what I do. So first of all, here's how you want to hold it, just like with the square 0 and the square 1. Thumb on this small red bit at the front, middle finger on this long orange bar at the back. Why is there ink on my nail? And then you want to turn this right side only. So what you want to do is you want to ideally find a yellow piece, because we're working with yellow on top this time because the square 2 is not weird. So we're going to work with yellow on top. So we're going to find this blue piece. We're going to move it to where it needs to go. Here it is, and we can see that it also needs to match with a orange yellow piece, and that can be found over here. So we're going to get them in close enough proximity so that I can hold this one just next to the incision in the back. I can bring it to the bottom, move this blue one here over so it's next to it. Then when I move this back up, they'll be paired together, and now I have my first corner pair. I need to be careful to preserve this now, and how I like to do that is literally any paired corner I see, whether it's correct or not, I like to ignore it and only focus on the single pieces. This may not be correct, but we can come back to it later, and I just don't want to disturb any of the corner pieces that are paired up right now. So yeah, next of all, we're going to see that this orange piece is right at the back near the incision, right there, and we can move it over to where it needs to be, next to the orange, and we can see that it needs to pair with a yellow and green piece. So we're going to look on the bottom for a yellow-green piece. Oh look, there just happens to be one here. So we're going to put them in such a way that when we bring it up, they'll pair. I'm going to fix the equator just to show you this bit. If we bring this green piece to the front, it pairs with a red and yellow, and we can see that red-yellow is here. So how we're going to do that is we're going to put both either side of the incision. We're going to bring the red one down, move the orange, that's green, not orange. Then we're going to move the red across, so that when we bring it back up, they'll be paired. And now I think we've got one more yellow pair. There we go. Yep, we've got this red, which pairs with blue. So we're going to go looking for a blue and orange pair or corner piece, and we can see that's here. So we're going to put it next to the cut, put this next to the cut, pair it up. Now we've got this whole mess of white pieces to do, so we're going to get to that now. I've just messed that up. There we go. Actually, I'm going to bring this one up, put this next to the back incision, making sure that we don't break up any corner pieces that we've paired when we turn the slice. And what we're going to do is we're going to move the green over to where it needs to be. And since it's white on top, we're going to go with the opposite of this color. So we can see this green matches here. So this is going to pair with orange, because when it goes to the bottom, it's going to be at the back and it's going to pair with an orange. I know it doesn't look like it, but trust me, it will. So we're going to see the orange that needs to pair with is here. So if we took these pieces out, they'd just pair up like that. So we're going to move the pieces in such a way that we can move orange right next to the cut. Going to move then green right next to the cut after we've moved the orange down, move the orange back up, and we now have a paired white piece. Going to move this red here. I'm going to turn the equator back up. Oh, we only got one. No, because that doesn't pair with blue. That pairs with this green, because it matches with blue, but it's not because it's opposite, so it's going to pair with this green. And if they're exactly next to each other like this, here's what you can do. So you want to hold it on the cut. You want to bring this one down, move that one over, swap them, move this one back over on the left of the cut, move it back up, and now you can see they're paired. Now last one, conveniently we have this in such a way that we can just bring it up, and then it's all solved. So that is edge pairing on a square 2, and now you can just solve it like a square 1, just all the while making sure to be careful of not breaking edges, because unlike on a square 1, every single way you turn it, there is no bandaging. You can turn it every which way you want, and it will all still work. Let me just, oh, I'm really rusty on square 1, I've just realised. It's like even worse because it's a square 2, it doesn't turn as smoothly. And then if you realise you've got to this stage and you've made a mistake in your edge pairing, stop, figure out which edges are wrong, and just try and find a way to... What have I just done? I forgot my algorithms. I literally just did these algorithms in a video. Yeah, and then we can do... I'm really trying to get faster at square 1 by evolving more efficient finger tricks, but I'm just not there yet. Parity algorithm on a square 2. I'm breaking up all my edges trying to do this. Here we go. That is how you solve a square 2, and of course we have to turn it into a J-perm. I love how J-perm just figured out his own algorithm to do a J-perm on a square 1, and his algorithm is so long and complicated I don't even want to know. But I might learn it just for lols. But yeah, next tutorial video I promise will be this guy, but not for tonight because I am absolutely dying of tiredness. I'm not literally, well I am technically. Every second we don't sleep, we're slowly getting closer and closer to death, because a human can go a full 10 days without sleep before they just die. Now, if you stay up for 5 days straight, you are halfway to death. I have a feeling that statistic is very, very, well, I mean, it could be right. Our bodies are naturally adapted to want to sleep for about 10 hours of the day. Approximately. Maybe less than that, depending on who you are. But it's roughly about that. Now, the feeling our bodies get when we are so tired at the end of every day is just ensuring that we don't die. And I think that's very considerate of our bodies. Especially when they don't have the decency to tell us where all our organs are and how they work automatically without having to learn it. What have I become? Anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Surprisingly, this was shorter than the square 0 video, but just because there's less algorithm shenanigans you need to know. It's literally just, okay, here's the 2 pieces of the corner, here's how you pair them up. Repeat cycle, preserve all the corners, and then literally solve it like a square 1. And obviously I'm not going to reteach you how to solve a square 1, although I think I might be able to do that video better. So if you want to see me redo the square 1 video, I will absolutely do that. But yeah, join me in the next video for the tutorial on the pentacle star cube. And I am getting, on Instagram you might have seen, I'm getting 2 new cubes. I'm getting the X-Man Tornado V3, which I'm so excited about, which I'm very excited for. I didn't even know this was a thing that was happening, and I'm so excited for it. And I'm also getting something called the, I've forgotten the name of it, but it's a YJ cube, and it's a weird, and it's a weird 2x2, and I'm very excited for it. Can you not right now? But yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll see you in the next video, where we will be solving the pentacle star cube, I promise. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.